Hello, I figured I would just pop in for a quick 5 albums to talk about, just recommend while I'm on my walk. Also because I want to show you this beautiful sunset, Northern Ontario. That right there is what we call Dome Hill. There's a mine site on the other end of that, and that is a hill that ore trucks pass over. Anyways, let's get to the albums. Oh, and I love it. It's like, this is basically 15 minutes walk away from my place. It's great. But anyways, let's get to the album recommendations. First and foremost, let's start easy. Let's go with the Cardigans' Long Gone Before Daylight. I'll link, not sure which song I'll link actually, but this is a great album from the group that brought you Love Fool. And if you don't think Love Fool is a banger, get your ears checked. No, it is pretty good pop tune actually, but yeah, great album. Really kind of, this is still a lot of pop sensibilities like Love Fool, but very, I guess, it's moodier and overall just, I think, more interesting. Better songs than Love Fool. For what it's worth, Communication, just such a serene opener. Really, so many emotions, like subtle changes of emotions are captured in this album. It's great. Anyways, I want this to be really quick, so I'm gonna motor right on. Maybe you want something that's equally kind of, well, not equally, maybe you want something that's a little bit more twisted, right? Might I suggest the Dresden Dolls self-titled album. That one, probably about half of it works for me, but the half that does work is just so fun. There's a really good sense of play here, even though a lot of it's like, I heard Insane Clown Posse for theater majors before, and I have to kind of agree. It is, that is what this is, and songs like Coin Operated Boy are kind of kitschy, and they're a lot of fun. Gravity's great. Half Jack, Good Day. One towards the, Bad Habit. That's another good one. And these are really fun, really kind of more propulsive, more rock. It's kind of Amanda Palmer, just a great front woman for the band, and she calls it punk cabaret, and she basically said, I want to make up a term before anyone calls it goth. It's great. I'll link Coin Operated Boy for sure. That's an awesome one. Maybe you're thinking, okay, let's get a little more trucked up, a little more abstract, a little more indirect. May I suggest you Butthole Surfers, I'm sorry for the band name, I didn't pick it, Butthole Surfers album Locust Abortion Technician. What a hilariously abstract and weird album name. I try to overthink it every once in a while, and maybe I'm thinking like some kind of limiting the evil in the world. But this one, it's not even really, like, a lot of songs just aren't even real songs. Like, it's just like the 2 Graveyard tracks are awesome, although the one is basically just a slowed down version of the one later on the album. Hey is just 22 going on 23 backwards. Human Cannonball, incredible track. The second Graveyard song, amazing. Sweat Loaf, a cover of Sabbath's Sweet Leaf. And one of my favorite songs on there, USSA, which is just like this kind of dun 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 with the guitars and just the guy, USSA, USSA. Yeah, it's crazy. It's bananas. Yeah, and a strong metal sensibility to this album, but 4 minutes, I gotta move on. What did I talk about so far? Cardigans, Long Gone Before Daylight, Dresden Dolls, Butthole Surfers, Locust Abortion Technician. Another one I'll do, this is probably my favorite of the bunch, Mogwai's Hardcore Will Never Die, But You Will. Mogwai, influential post-rock group, but this isn't really as post-rock. They're not hitting you with tons of changes in volume, but there are some songs on here that the construction, just in terms of layering, is just so beautiful. Almost every song in here I just love, and the songs I don't love, I just really like. Like the opener is one of them, White Noise. I just really like it. It's just kind of beautiful, but as the album goes on, it gets more chill, more serene, until, after like the halfway point, it gets like that Mexican Grand Prix amazing krautrock song. You need to kind of hear that song, and that is like classic krautrock. And krautrock's a great genre of music. I'll talk about Can's Tago Mago later on, but I have to stress this, that almost every song is just awesome. The two I like probably the least would be Rano Pano and, you know, White Noise. But those are weirdly catchy in their own way, and they have their own vibes that I think are very, very interesting. Might I suggest, you know, Mexican Grand Prix. I will suggest a Mexican Grand Prix. I like San Pedro a lot. I love it, but I'm not sure that is Mogwai doing Mogwai's best. Although I just think it's better. They are doing Mogwai best. I think there's better stuff on the album, really. Sorry for my hair. I'm scraggly. I got off my shift today, and I figured, you know, I got off just in time to catch the sunset, so I suited up and took off. But yeah, the ending, your Lionel Richie, is just incredible. Amazing song. That's more typical Mogwai, and it's just very meditative until it gets crushing and meditative, super slow pace, but every drum hit just pounds and pounds. It's great. What a lovely place I live. Very inspiring place to be. And last one is Can's Tago Mago. This one, not every song works on it for me, but the ones that do work are just beyond amazing. And this is maybe a little departure from Mogwai. Was getting weird. This one is a little weird. I think Oh Yeah is the quintessential krautrock song, alongside of course Noise, Hello Gallo, and maybe Mexican Grand Prix is a pretty great. You know, it's all about like the same groove over and over and over again, but they're changing everything around it until it sounds completely different. Just a brilliant kind of method of song construction. I love it so much. Who's coming? But yeah, Can's Tago Mago. Check out Paper House. Awesome song in 3 parts. First part, very sort of foreign sounding and just really just interesting. A lot of there's kind of like, not bells, but like a lot of, almost like a tambourine, and there's just a really beautiful groove. I don't know what they're saying half the time, but yeah, Paper House is awesome. First section's that. Middle section gets a little harder rocking with these drums. It's just very staccato, not a lot of bass in the mix, but man, like at least bass, you know, for modern hip hop standards, we're talking like, it's a little closer to like older rock stuff, but just these extended songs that just really work. They keep going, and this one, you get that the middle section just keeps going and going, and there's you can't get that no more, and then it just kind of explodes, and there's all these sort of awesome guitar passages, and then the ending section is just so beautiful. It's just such a relaxing way to close it out, and you get into Mushroom, which is kind of abrasive in a really kind of interesting way. Just the guy atonal kind of singing, I'm gonna get my despair. Yeah, awesome tune. Oh Yeah starts with some backwards vocals. As it goes on, it's just like, it sounds really kind of brooding and unsettling at the start, but as it goes on, it just gets more uplifting until the ending, like around like the last minute, is just such a brilliant kind of way to structure that. I adore that song. I adore it. And then of course there's Hallelujah, which is just a really interesting, groovy piece of, almost like funky in some spots. It's great. But yeah, that's a great track. 18 minutes though. And then the next 2 songs, Omung and Pecking O, those songs are not really for me. They're a little too abstract. The album gets a little too abstract, too experimental for its own good, I think. But I know a lot of people like those. Maybe you'll get something out of them that I'm not. And then the last song, Bring Me Coffee or Tea, very weird sort of spiritual angle. I love it. You need to check these albums out, I say. My favorites here are probably Can, Tago Mago, well, first and foremost, Mogwai, Hardcore Will Never Die, But You Will. That's not actually that aggressive. The title makes it sound like it's going to be hardcore. It's not. It's very relaxing. It's chill. It's listener friendly. My 3 favorites, yeah, Long Gone Before Daylight, Mogwai, and Can. Those are just some awesome ones. I say check them out. take one more look at that. And let's take another look at, you know, all the stuff that the edgy teens are doing around where I live. Look at that. Isn't there something beautiful about being young? Yeah, no kidding, Quentin. But anyways, I've wasted enough of your time, and I don't know, this just coming out on a walk over here just makes my day feel a lot better. I think there's nothing more beautiful than a winter sunset. And here we are at March 28th. Not a lot more winter left to be had. Technically it's spring, but you wouldn't tell from this. Pretty mild day actually, only like minus 10, minus 11 Celsius, but yeah. Let me know what you think of any of this. I'll link some stuff in the description. Thanks a lot, and peace and groovy.